Hello everyone, I welcome you back to the channel and I hope you all are doing great. In this video, I will be sharing you my opinion from the consumer point of view on this Aspida Tudens machine range of helmets from Spartan Pro Gears. And if you are watching this video, I assume that you are planning to buy starting premium range of helmets. And in this price range from 4,000 to 6,000, you're gonna find quite a few brands which are currently available in India. And Aspida is also one brand. Aspida Tudens machine helmets is also one brand which is quite popular nowadays in the market, and it's a quite good helmet, and it directly competes with its competitors like MT, SMK, MT starting range of helmets, and Exor, Axis. So this helmet is at par with those kind of helmets, and basically shares similar kind of features. So before I share you my point of view on this helmet, let me give you a 360 view of this helmet so that you get a pretty much good idea about how this helmet looks like from back, front, side and left and right, and also how it should look when you are wearing it on your head. Let's go ahead. So as you see, it is pretty much snugging up my cheek, and it is well fitted over my head. That is what I also recommend you guys. Whenever you go to buy a helmet, you should check that how it is fitting you, and you have to make sure that it is snugly fit on your cheek and it's not moving even despite you move your head. The helmet should also move along with your head, and it should not stay behind. There should not be any space between your uh, structure of your head and the helmet. It should snugly fit. So that is how you should purchase a helmet. So now I bought this helmet around more than 6 months ago, and I have worn this in different circumstances in highways as well as day-to-day city rides, and I think I'm in a pretty much good position to share my opinion view as to how practical this helmet is, what are the pros and cons, and whether I am regretting purchasing this product or I'm happy with this product. And I will share all of that with you. Let's go ahead. So starting with the pros about this helmet, first of all, the graphic. I particularly like the graphic of this Aspida Torrens machine helmets. They are quite flashy, and some machine element to it. The graphic gives a machine element to it. Some kind of robotic kind of thing is there, which I really like. But then again, that is a subjective matter, and some people may like it, some may not. But I particularly like it, especially the flashiness of the graphic. It is quite flashy and eye-catching, which is a good thing because this adds to visibility on the road, and from the safety point of view, that's a plus point. Now, coming to the second point, the looks is really good. It is very sporty and stylish. It will really go well with the young generations, as well as the matured guy can also wear. It's not that too sporty again. It maintains the balance of style and maturity. So I like the styling of this. It's quite aerodynamic in also, so that is a plus point as well. Now coming to the padding, if you look at the padding, it really looks very premium. It is quite thick and comfortable as well. It is very soft, and I have worn this and I can wear this all day long, no issues at all. I can do long highway rides during the summer, during the winters, no issues at all. It also very capable of sound reduction as well, so that is a good thing. If you look at the stitch, for instance, they have given a neon touch to it, which is really good. It adds to the premiumness. And inside also, if you see, there is a neon touch inside as well. So this is a very good thing. They are really well thought out by Aspida. So this is a very good product, I would say, in terms of padding. Now towards the end, if you see, they have added a reflective material towards the back side, which adds to the visibility during night, which is a plus point for this helmet. So coming to the next good point is they have given an external switch for moving the inner visor. If you see, inner visor can be pulled up or pulled down through this switch, and it is also easily reachable and can be used with your gloves on. That is a good thing. And from the ventilation point of view, they have added 3 inlet vents. On one will be on the chin and 2 vents on top. So this makes the airflow quite good inside, and it prevents sweating inside. And there is 1 or maybe 2, I don't know if it is a design or it's actually functional, 2 vents, but there is a vent at the back side for outlet of the air. So air goes in through this side and comes out through the back side, so thereby it maintains a good airflow inside the helmet. Now coming to the back side, if you see, there is a ECE certification given here. ECE, for those of you who don't know what ECE is, it's an European certification for safety standards. In India, it is ISI. So for European countries, it's ECE. And whenever you buy safety gears, you always try to always look out first that what kind of safety certification it has got. And in helmets, if it has got, generally there are 3 kind of certifications that I have seen. ISI, that is Indian certification, and there is DOT, that is given by the US authorities, and there is again ECE. Some helmets have got 2 or even the 3 certifications at one time, but this helmet has got 1 certification, that is ECE. But that doesn't make any difference. Adding 2 more certifications along with ECE will not enhance or will not deteriorate the safety of this helmet. If it has passed 1 certification, that means it is pretty good. And ECE European standard is a trusted certification, and just look out for these things when you buy any safety gear, not only helmets. So the next good thing about this helmet is it comes with an openable visor. So this visor outside is openable. There is a lever given here on both the sides. So if you pull this down and then you try to detach, it will come out. So I have tried this once for cleaning, but since maybe this was a new helmet, it was a bit of a task. It was so while opening it was good, but again, when I was trying to fit it back, then at one side when I have fitted, and again on the second side when I tried, then the one side would come out. So maybe that was because it was a new helmet back then, but after 1 or 2 removals, I think that should be okay. So the next good thing about the visor itself is that it comes with UV protection, and they say it's scratch resistant, but I have used it pretty roughly, and I have managed to get few scratches, as you can see if it's visible. But then yes, it resists scratch to quite an extent, that I can say. And here there is a groove given, small groove or locking mechanism, because when you put the helmet, it locks in. So that is also a good thing. Because of wind blast, it doesn't tend to open. And about the anti-fog features, I really don't have much idea because I have not worn it in foggy conditions. But it tends to get some fog inside when I was riding in the morning. So that is there, and I don't see any pin lock ready feature as well here. But correct me if I'm wrong, if this visor is fog resistant or something, but I don't think it is, because when I was wearing it in the morning, it tends to fog up inside. The next good thing about this helmet is the shell itself, the rigidity, the structure, and the material it is made up of. So let me show you by removing the padding what kind of shell it has got inside. Let me take out the chin guard first, and then these paddings are removable and washable, and also they say that it is bacteria and fungus resistant, so that is a good thing. But though I would recommend you should wash this inner linings quite often, because from the hygiene point of view it is a good thing. And always try to wear something on your head before putting on the helmet. Do not put your
head inside directly, because all your, it's not good for your hair first of all, and the second of all, the inside of it's get dirty and oily, so that is not a good thing, and it will give out some smell. So let me, oh sorry, okay, so there's one more button. Okay, the sides have come off. Now let me take out the rear part, mid part actually. So here, as you can see, there are some grooves given here. You have to pull this out like this, and the mid part also comes out. Now you can machine wash this or hand wash this. If you give in machine wash, then you should pack all this thing in some kind of net or something, and then you can give it in the machine. So this is how the inside of this helmet looks like, and the outside shell is made up of injected polycarbonate. So polycarbonate is a proven technology. It's a good product. Generally, helmet mostly comes in two kind of shells. One is ABS format and the other one is polycarbonate, and this is made up of polycarbonate. And what is good about polycarbonate is it is light, it is strong, and it doesn't tend to break up when any impact is taken. So cracks don't usually happen easily here, because when compared to ABS are more brittle. They tend to crack very soon, but polycarbonate don't. So that is a good thing. It is a very expensive technology, and it is good that this helmet has it. And when you are planning to buy a helmet, make sure that the shell is made up of polycarbonate or some better material and not ABS. Now coming to the inside, the inside material is made of EPS, that is expanded polystyrene. It is multi-layered EPS, they say, which is a good thing because EPS is really a good technology, and most of the helmets use it in the inside because it is very light, and also it is very good in absorbing shocks. So when you fall, or this helmet comes into contact with something solid at a very high speed or low speed, then what happens? This polycarbonate takes the impact first of all, and little bit of shock is transferred to the inside EPS material. Now this EPS material absorbs the all kind of shocks and impact, and doesn't transfer it back on the head or skull. So this way your skull remains safe, and it will not crack up or open up. So that is a good thing about this, and make sure that your helmet has got this kind of technology or this kind of features inside, like EPS material, polycarbonate material on outside. So this proves that this helmet is really good and will provide better protection and safety. So that is all about the good things about this helmet. Coming to the demerits about this helmet, the things that I don't like, and those points are few, but those are really very important points, and that may be a deciding factor for you as well, whether you should purchase this helmet or not. First, the most irritating thing that I like about this helmet is the front visor is tinted. So they say that it helps in keeping the inside cool, it is UV protected and all, but from the practical point of view, it is of no use at nights, and particularly during cloudy or snowy or foggy times, or during the winter or rainy season, because in those kind of situations visibility goes down to quite an extent, and if you have a tinted visor, that adds up to the poor visibility. So during night, what happens is I have to remove this, because of course I cannot see much through this visor, so I have to remove this. And they say that they have given a plain visor for night use. Inside visor is plain and it's not tinted, but then it fails the purpose. Actually, when I wear this, all the insects go inside this helmet, first of all. Second, the noise reduction thing, which these paddings are very good. This helps, the padding helps in noise reduction to quite an extent. Air blast is reduced. But at night, if you take out this front visor, then all the air goes in, and this padding doesn't really help much in noise reduction. That is there. And thirdly, during winter or during the mornings when you ride, then what happens is all the cold air goes inside, and it really makes the inside very comfortable. Your cheeks chills up. So that is a very bad thing about this helmet, and I don't like. And if I'm given the option to go back and purchase any other helmet, I would definitely do that, just because of this feature, because this is really not practical. And what Aspida should be doing is they should give a plain visor on top and give a sun visor inside, so that people can use it in the sun as well, and during the nights and rainy seasons. So that thing should be noted. And the second thing which I don't like about this helmet is, again, that is a subjective matter, but from the safety point of view, if you see the buckle, it's a clip-on buckle. I agree, it is very easy to take it, put it in, or lock in or lock out or pull it out. But then from the safety point of view, as it is also this helmet is also targeted for the long highway riders as well. So from safety point of view, this is not acceptable, though some people may like it for ease of use. But then from safety point of view, I don't think it's a good option. At least they should have also given a d-ring clip as well, the d-ring mechanism as well, because I personally like the d-ring mechanism, because that can be adjusted on the go as per your preference. How much tight you want, how much loose you want, you can do that in a d-ring. But here the tightness is can be adjusted, but it's kind of fixed. You changing the tightness or making it loose is itself a task. I tried to do this, but it is very hard, and you wouldn't want to do it on the go. So they should have at least given a d-ring option here. And the last thing which I don't like about this helmet is the chin guard or the chin pad they have given along with this helmet. Let me put this in first. Okay. So as you can see, the chin pad or the chin guard, it is not that big. It's very small. As you can see, it's not even extending 2 inch. So that is a bad thing about it. If you look at its competitors like MT or Exor helmets, their chin guard would come up till this much. That really helps with the aerodynamic. Air doesn't go inside, but here little bit of air goes inside because it is very small. And from the vlogging point of view, if you mount a camera, I don't understand how are you. First of all, there is no space for mounting a vlogging camera here. There is a vent switch here, and even if you mount a vent camera here or somewhere here, I don't understand how will you pass through the microphone cable, if because other helmets come in a mesh format, but this is a pad format. So I don't know, but some of you might have come up with some kind of jugaad or something, but up front it doesn't look that much practical. So that is there. So these are the three things which I don't like about this helmet, and mostly because of this visor thing. I really and strongly suggest that they should change this format. They should give a plain visor on top and a dark visor inside, so that will make it more practical. And otherwise this helmet is really good from the safety point of view, from style point of view, from padding point of view, from certification point of view or design point of view. Everything it excels. Just they should give an option of d-ring for those who prefer d-ring, because why I prefer d-ring, let me tell you. Because when I wear balaclava, I will not snug it up that much, and when I don't wear a balaclava, then I will tighten it. So in that case I need a d-ring, because that is adjustable on the go. And this kind of mechanism with a clip and this kind of strap, then it is pretty much fixed and you can't really change it with ease. So that is there. So they should at least give an option of D-ring as well. They have also included a nose guard in this helmet. Well, most of the helmet comes with a nose guard. That's nothing unique, but it's good. It is here and it is removable easily. And again, it's can be attached with ease. So that is a good thing about this helmet. So coming to the conclusion, should you buy this helmet or you should go for other brands like SMK, Exor and Axis that I have mentioned already. So if you ask me from the safety point of view, it's a good helmet. I no doubt about it. It comes with a certification. It has got good shellings, inner and outer. That is a good thing. Graphic and style point of view, it is a good helmet. If those are your concern, then go ahead and you can buy this helmet. It is really budget friendly. I bought it at around 4,700 rupees, 750 rupees. Now I see in online that it is retailing for around 4,999. So basically it depends when and where you are buying, supply, demand and all those economics. So you should basically get it within 4,700 rupees to 5,000 rupees. So this is a good option. But if you ask my personal opinion, should I am I regretting? Yes, I am regretting buying this just because of the visor thing and as well the D-ring. But the visor thing is more because that adds to impracticality and also not safe during the night. So again, there is option that people say that you can go and buy a plain visor. Then why should I invest more money? It should come readily, right? I'm spending close to 5,000 rupees. Then why such impractical things are there? So my personal opinion, before zeroing to this helmet, you should also give a try to other helmets that comes with plain visor as well as with inside sun visor as well. So that will help you wearing those helmets during the daytime as well as during the nights. So that is my opinion on it. Please go ahead and check other brands as well. Then if you particularly like the design and safety of this helmet, I think all the helmets in this range provide same kind of safety and shelling and protection and certification. But then again, that's a personal choice. But from a consumer point of view, the visor thing is really irritating, and I should have bought it more judiciously and went for other brands. Thank you for watching this video. I will come up with more such review videos, practical videos. I hope this video will help you in making more practical decisions regarding buying helmet. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next.